Are you gonna start the recording?
I did.
Oh, hey everybody, welcome back to the podcast. Stevie, I'm gonna teach you how to live.
Oh boy.
Uh, Stevie apparently doesn't want to tell me when we start recording.
Oh
Um,
wow.
welcome in, welcome in. Today we are gonna be talking about more How I Met Your Mother. But first, as you know, as I usually do, how's it been?
Uh, I've been good. I caught a few new things in web fishing.
Yeah, that's what you're gonna say. Oh man. Well, yeah, it's been quite a weekend. I was busy a lot. Um, did a lot of streams and stuff. Shout out Dingus Den. I'm on there a lot. Uh, and I've been on there all weekend. And when I wasn't on a stream or doing a TTRPG or whatever, I was doing poorly. It was just a rough weekend. Very overwhelming. But
Unfortunate.
we are back for a new week. So let's go. I mean, yeah.
Happy to
Should we
see
watch the
you.
episode? Okay, don't say it like that. That just makes you sound like you're lying.
Oh,
Unhappy to see
now.
you. Good lord. Um, yeah. So, okay, let's get into it, I guess.
All right.
So today we watched, and we will be talking about Purple Giraffe, the second.
Oh, I forgot to change the text. It says pilot still.
Yeah, I don't know why you have that there. To be honest, I don't need that. I don't want that.
Yeah, okay, I'll just get rid of it.
Oh man,
Whatever.
there's something wrong with you. There's something wrong with you. Anyway, so we're talking about Purple Giraffe, the second episode of How I Met Your Mother. It came out in September of '05. It's a good one. We're gonna talk about it. Obviously, that's how this show works. Surprise, surprise. We talk about the show that we talk about. Are you still fucking with the Stevie? It's still showing that you're fucking with the text on screen.
No, it doesn't show it in the recording.
Well, it shows to me, and I don't like that.
Wah, 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 wah.
Wah, 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 wah. Wah, 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 wah. That's you. That's the noise you make in my head. Every time you talk, it's just stop. You fucking you knock that off. You cannot cheekily poke it over the fucking top like some sort of silly creature. You knock that off, you. Either put it on screen or don't. Jesus.
Okay, it's gone.
I see the red over us and it's fucking bugging me.
No, you don't. There.
Okay. So, what were we talking about?
Season 1, Episode 2, Purple Giraffe.
Yes. In this one, Marshall has to get a 25-page paper done, and some other stuff goes on. Ted's doing some shit. I don't know. I wasn't paying attention. No. So, in this one, Ted, who is trying to fix up his relationship with the Robin, is throwing parties. He throws 3 fucking parties: a Friday, a Saturday, and a Sunday. And Fridays he misses the party, and Barney, who's trying to get him to nail some other chick, uh, decides to nail the chick instead. And
Yeah.
so on the first one, they go up to the roof because the roof is you know romantic.
The
It's
city
romantical.
skyline and the moon and the stars and stuff.
Yeah,
like they said in the show.
yeah. I just noticed that your guy opens his mouth. I didn't notice that.
I would have had a separate like talking sprite for you, but you don't really have a mouth.
Yeah, well, it's under the bandana.
Yeah.
This is, of course, actual footage of us. By if you see me on other streams looking much more Caucasian, that's not actually me. That's just an
Yeah,
image of
that
me.
one's the talk sprite.
Yeah, that's just a really good VTuber. Yeah, you guys get it.
Hmm.
Um, Also, for complete honesty, I'm playing Doom at the same time as I'm recording this. So if I start commenting on Doom, bear with me. I didn't have to say anything. I just figured that I might end up slipping and letting it be known that I'm just straight up playing Doom.
You know, why don't I pull up some Minesweeper?
No, you're not allowed to.
I'm doing it.
So anyway, Robin wants a more casual than what Ted wants. Robin, of course, jinx ensues.
You're cutting
He
out.
throws a party. No, you're cutting out to death. You're going to death. You are
Oh.
dying. Bad news, guys. This is the episode where Stevie dies.
Oh man.
You don't get that reference yet.
Oh, okay.
I've been saying that all week, and it's really funny because I'm pretty sure he thinks I'm being.
I swear they're referencing
Uh,
like an end game How I Met Your Mother.
yeah, yeah. You're gonna hear things that are like, "Oh my god,
They probably won't
that's
remember.
something that they said." But at the same time, there is stuff that I have said, and then been like, "Oh, you don't get that." Completely bullshitting you on,
Oh,
so
rude.
less so. It's more reals than fake.
Yeah, okay.
You know, like the episode where Barney dies.
But what?
Or the episode where Ted dies,
What?
or the episode where Bin Laden shows up.
Huh?
That one's not true.
Implying that the others may be.
Hey man, you never know. Anyway, so Ted throws a party so that he can, casual person. He's very uppity, or he's very full of him, not full of himself. He takes his stuff seriously, and he figures, what's more casual than a party? So he throws some parties. And Marshall eats a bunch of dip, and it's all well and good. Except Robin never shows up.
Uh-oh.
And it's like, what? That's not cool. And so the next morning, they're like, well, good party. We all ate a bunch of dip and had a good time. But then Robin calls, is like, oops, sorry, I got stuck at work, which happens.
Oh, I really wish I could
And he's
come.
like,
Oh, man.
well, actually, as a matter of fact, as a matter of fact, the party is also tonight. It's a 2-day party, which, it's not, because Marshall has to write his 25-page paper. So they have a 2-day party. And Barney, who is a bit of a womanizer, fans, this is a plot point that will get heavily elaborated on in further seasons. Do not worry. But he, got it on with this girl who worked with Carlos. And here's the thing: none of the gang know who Carlos is. This is like an ongoing joke throughout the episode. Is no one knows who Carlos is. So she's just kind of there at the party. Anyway, so Barney, who doesn't want to be around this lady anymore because he was expecting it to just be a one-night thing, pulls a Ted and tells her that he's in love with her, and so they quote unquote break up. But like the whole thing is that they weren't actually in a relationship.
He was like, "Oh, I got the perfect strategy for getting rid of a girl that you just met. I think I'm in love with
And
you."
then he pulls the Ted shit. Yeah, that's a really funny joke. Will keep coming back throughout the show
Oh boy.
where they like bring it up and they used to fuck with him. It's really funny. Hey guys, remember this one part of our friend's life that he's super embarrassed of? Let's bring it up all. Me to Stevie a little bit. A little bit.
A little bit. We're
Okay,
buddies.
more than a little bit. But to be fair, you should be less embarrassing if you don't want to be embarrassed.
Oh.
Anyway, um, yeah. So day two of the party, Barney runs in her, breaks up, yada 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 yada. And then the rest of the party goes as planned. Marshall and Lily end up going onto the roof. Oh, and one of the plot points is that like Lily is like super horned up because of the engagement. That's a thing.
Yeah.
Um, so she's also distracting Marshall, and so after the second party, the next morning, Marshall is like, "Okay, everyone, repeat after me. I will not have sex with Marshall." To Ted and Lily, and I fucking love that joke
I will not have
because it's
sex
very
with
obvious
Marshall.
that Ted was not meant to say that. Oh man, there's some really good jokes in How I Met Your Mother.
Yeah.
But so then, Marshall, who's gonna lock in on his thing, or no, yeah. So he's locked in on this thing, and who should Ted get from but Robin Scherbatsky? That's her name, by the way. I don't know if they ever say it, but her
Oh.
name is Robin Scherbatsky. It's a dumb fucking name. I think there's jokes about it later. I don't really know why they gave a fucktacular name. But
Yeah, alright.
you feel me.
Mm-hmm.
So anyway, so Robin calls. He's like, "Yeah, I got stuck at work again." And he's like, "You won't believe this. More party." And so Marshall's all upset, and you know, but yeah. So third party, right?
Yep. Trifecta.
Party trifecta. Uh, uh, hold on. So later the party, it's kind of dead. It's a shitty party, and one of the jokes is that Marshall is looking for an introduction to contract. Oh fuck! I dropped something. An introduction to contract, tort, and restitution statutes from 1865 to 1923, and someone's using it as a coaster. And an introduction to contract, tort, and restitution statutes from 1865 to 1923 is not actually a coaster.
People mess this up frequently.
Yeah, I find that somebody mistakes my copy of an statutes from 1865 to 1923 as a coaster, but it's not, guys.
Yeah.
Hot tip for our viewers. Introduction to Contract, Tort, and Restitution Statutes from 1865 to 1923 is not a coaster, okay?
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
This will save you many a trouble in your future lives. In fact, I find that knowing that an Introduction to Contract, Tort, Restitution Statutes from 1865 to 1923, I lost the joke because I had to fucking remember that fucking title again. The Big Ass Book.
Mm-hmm,
It's a
mm-hmm.
big ass book, but it's not a coaster, guys, okay?
If you or anyone you know is in law school, keep that in mind.
Keep that in mind. I don't think any of our viewers are in law school, so I don't think that's a very helpful piece of advice. But that's the rule of the day. That's the rule we live by. Is that the big ass book that I can't remember the name of? I swear to God, if I have to say it again, I'm gonna lose my place in like life.
But you see, you're the one who's making yourself say it. No one's making you say it.
You're making me say it. You just DM'd
No?
me and said if you don't say it, I'll lose my
Ow.
shit.
It's
He did.
false. Viewers, don't believe it.
Believe it, guys. I'm scared for my life.
I didn't say a thing.
He's DMing me. You better stop telling them or else.
They're not even looking
Guys,
at
I'm
Discord. They're looking
really
at Doom. They're
scared.
playing Doom. I hear it.
Guys, I'm scared. I'm scared. He's sending.
You ready to
I can play
get on
Doom
with the
and look at
episode?
Discord. So anyway, so this continues on and works with Carlos' girl. Comes up to Barney and is like, "Hey, Barney, this is a little awkward, right? I can't believe they invite both of us." And he's like, "Who? Who invited you? No one knows who you are." And she's like, "Well, you don't have to be hurtful." And he's like, "No, who the fuck?" Oh no, one thing he says is Carlos was right about you. And he's like, "Who is Carlos?" So anyway, so at some point, Marshall and Ted get into an argument because he's throwing all these parties, and he goes on this big ass, "Where's Robin, Ted? Where is she?" And then he turns around, and in the kitchen is Robin. While we were
Uh-oh.
watching it, Stevie's thing, what we were watching it on, kept like slowing down and lagging.
Buffering, yeah.
Yeah, and so she fucking the Stevie, he was like, "Oh, he's gonna turn around and like right now the door is opening in," but no.
No, she was just already there.
Yeah, and so Robin talks to Ted, and she's like, "So these were all for me?" And he's like, "No, I was just wanted to introduce you to a guy, and you won't believe who the guy was. It's fucking Carlos." And so Robin and Carlos started getting along. Uh, you know, and then they
They
start to go
talked
up
for
to the
like
roof.
hours.
Yeah, but then they go up to the roof, which, as you remember, is very romantical.
Whoa.
This is bad for Ted. Teddy Westside is not having a good day with this one. That's not a reference that you get yet, but you will.
He climbs into the metaphorical claw machine and follows them to the roof.
Yeah, he's constantly going on about. And well, one thing I'll talk about is like the game philosophy, because
You're cutting out.
the whole like philosophy he has of like romance is a game and you just have to play it is something that I'm gonna have stuff to talk about or say about. So just remind me.
Okay.
So, Bingo Bongo, Jimbo Jombus, what was I talking about? So they talk, or Ted goes up there to follow Carlos, and he talks to Robin, and he's like, "Okay, I didn't actually want to invite you to Carlos. I have no idea who the fuck that guy is." And you know, they talk, and Ted tries to say that like there's an off button to feelings, and they can still be together because Ted can turn off the feelings that he has of like wanting a serious commitment and wanting the two kids and the dog, and they kiss, and he swiftly realizes there is no off button, and he just
You
kind of made a jackass
idiot.
of himself. Stevie, don't start.
Okay.
Um, but yeah, so they decide, let's just be friends. Oh fuck, oh fuck, oh fuck, oh fuck. And so they go and get a bar, and works with. What a disaster! Work
Oh,
together.
you're cutting out.
What a disaster! They work together,
But for the viewers at home,
Carlos.
they said that Works with Carlos girl and Carlos were spotted at the bar, making out in the
Yeah,
background.
not in the background. They show it on screen, like in the foreground.
Wow.
It's very much a thing that happens to them, or in front of them, that we see.
Yeah.
Um, but the point is that like Barney's like, oh, what the fuck? They work together, and Robin gets like a good. Barney says, "What is?" And Robin's like, "Oh, a date tonight," and it's a good roast, and everyone's giggling, and they're all buddies now. Hooray!
Ha ha ha
That's where
ha.
the episode ends. That's where the series ends. Is that they're all friends now? That's not true.
But then how does Ted reproduce?
Don't say it like that, you freak.
How does he produce offspring?
Sexually, you dumbass. Someone got to teach this guy about sex.
I'm a I'm a visual learner.
Don't say that. Stevie, there's gonna be kids watching this. Don't say that.
The How I Met Your Mother has sex, like,
Oh yeah.
not
Yeah, it's gonna
visually,
get worse.
but it talks
It
about
gets
it.
worse. Quite a bit, yeah. Fun fact, I'm a hypocrite.
Haha, yeah. Just kidding.
Jesus Christ. Anyway, so what was I saying?
Well, we got to the end of the episode summary.
Yeah, so what did you think of this episode?
It was fun. Uh, Barney is funny, even though he showed up a little less than the first one.
Yeah, there will be episodes where his subplot is just
Subplot is just what?
sometimes the subplot is just Barney has sex with a woman,
Yeah,
and that's
okay.
that's the subplot. It can get a little bit, the subject matter is iffy at times. But to be fair, I was watching this as a kid, so if you're a kid watching this is a really good way to learn about.
That's a little
Whoa,
frightening.
what's wrong? Yeah, I was watching this as a kid. That's not a joke. The first time I watched this show, I was like, I want to say around 10. No, not 10. 10's a little generous. A little generous. That
A little
doesn't make sense.
tenorous.
That joke only makes sense in my head. I'm sorry. I'm sorry to anyone not privy to my inner thought. That joke didn't make sense.
I got it, though.
No, you didn't. You don't know the joke either.
I live inside their head. Sometimes.
No, you don't. There's something wrong with you.
Yeah.
That's coming from me, who just made an inside joke.
I'm just trying to fit in.
I don't want to be like you. So, okay, what did you think of this episode?
It was funny. Uh, yeah. At
Go
one
on.
point, you said that Barney is so meow meow coded. I had that written down, that quote.
Yeah, don't worry about that if you don't know what that means. It's an internet thing. There's going to be people watching that don't understand what that means. And I don't want my dad to be going, what does meow meow coded mean? If my dad texts me, what does meow meow coded mean? I will. The podcast is canceled.
Oh man.
I'm just gonna be done forever. That's not true, but you feel me.
At one point, Ted was like, "She's gonna be my future Ted Mosby," like, and I was like, "Is she gonna take his first name too?"
Stevie, okay. So usually in reference to marriage and stuff. So like if we got married, Mr. Blue Law, because you would be the bride.
I would be Stevie Long because my name is
Well, yeah,
Stevie.
but in the concept, in like the, so God, I don't know how to describe this. It's true. Like you're stupid.
Okay.
that's my sentence. I don't know anymore. Like I can't really explain it to you. It's a thing. Okay, just trust me on this one,
Oh,
Stevie.
okay.
Stevie, just trust me. Jesus
I
Christ.
am.
Stevie, just trust me.
I am.
Stevie, you just gotta trust me, okay?
Okay, I'll trust you.
I don't feel very trusted. You will die in 7 days.
Darn.
I'm going the wrong way. Um, yeah, what else did you think? Continue talking.
Um, I don't know. At the start, Lily and Robin became friends,
Yeah,
and Robin was all like telling Lily what she thought about Ted,
yeah,
and Lily promised not to tell, but she absolutely told.
yeah. That's one of Lily's character traits. Remember how I said that you'd understand Lily more later?
Yeah.
That is one of those things
So
that
far,
you
her
will
character traits are bad at keeping secrets and horned up.
Yeah, you got it. There you go. That's Lily Aldrin. You hit the nail on the head.
Wow.
You nailed the head on the hit. How the fuck was that a common enemy? That guy was 2 times as big as me. Jesus. Sorry, Doom. Uh,
Some
yeah, go
people
on.
are big.
Go on.
uh, I've been told to remind you to talk about the romance is a game thing.
Yeah, so let's pretend Stevie had something interesting to say. Just kidding, I'm fucking with you. Uh,
I just straight up don't.
so yeah, this is some of these episodes are very say because
You cut
uh
out.
sometimes you're not gonna have a lot to say on these episodes
Hmm.
because it's just like, yeah, Ted's getting up to stuff. It's a very typical episode of the show,
Alright.
which isn't a bad thing. It's because it's still a very good episode, you know.
Yeah.
Um, but it gets to a point where sometimes it's just okay, this happened. There's episodes that aren't Ted meeting the mother. Sometimes Ted is just telling his kids a funny thing that happened.
Hmm.
Um, and this is kind of I don't know. You'll see more as we continue, but there are paths that he takes storytelling wise that you won't see where they're going until they go. You know, you can't see your destination until you drive there. That's my thought with this one.
Can't wait to find out.
Yeah, it's a good show.
Yeah.
So, Three parties is fucking insane. Well, I'm just gonna say it.
Yeah.
What a weird thing to.
I'm surprised
We
people
get a
showed up
lot,
to the second one. The third one was like,
and then the
oh, there are
third.
only like 10 people here. Oh, this party's so lame. It's the third. It's
Yeah,
a
well, you
Sunday. It's
wouldn't
the
call a
third
lame
one in
party.
a row. I'm surprised anything happened at all.
Yeah. What do you think of the of what the characters were up to in this one?
Pretty good.
Any thoughts on what you learned about these silly guys, the characters?
I learned that Marshall is good at bullshitting papers. His whole deal.
The
Um,
kid, dude.
he had the 25-page paper to write. Started on Friday supposedly, but instead got up in all the parties. Like
Yeah,
after the Sunday party, they were all at the bar. He was drinking. He was like, "I'm gonna have this drink, and then I'm gonna have another
I'm
drink,
gonna have one
and then I'm
more
gonna
beer, and then I'm gonna
go
write
home
a
and write
25
that
page
entire paper
paper.
and get an A." And then he got a B
Yeah,
minus. Not
but
bad.
still, 25 pages in one night is. I don't think I could write. Like after and like copious amounts of sex. You know, he was
Yeah,
getting up to shit, and then he just went and wrote that paper. That's pretty impressive.
not bad at
As a
all.
writer, that's pretty impressive. My name is Rufus, and that's the Trufus.
Yeah,
I still don't know that reference, by the way. I don't know what my name is Rufus and that is the Trufus means. Like I've watched
no.
this show for years, and I've heard that line so many times, I could not tell you what it means.
Well, it's when something is
Um,
the Trufus.
it's the Trufus, okay? We can all agree that that is the, and his name
Yeah,
is Rufus. Rufus is telling us the Trufus, and that's just the way the news goes.
exactly.
And now I run.
Ooh, get away from those demons.
So yeah, you got to learn about Marshall. Marshall is my third favorite character.
Nice. What's your ranking?
Um, of like the main five,
Yeah.
um, Ted, Barney, and then Marshall, and then Robin, and then Lily.
Hmm.
And you will understand why Lily is so low soon enough.
Uh-oh.
No,
Does she
she
do
also just
something
makes a lot
bad?
of strange decisions throughout the show
I see.
that will make you go, ooh, yucky, yucky. You will. You'll say that. You'll probably say that a lot over the course of the show.
Okay.
We're gonna get an ooh, yucky, yucky meter going. For every yuck, it's 1 point. That's not true. We end up every time Stevie says, "I didn't like that," take a shot. The teach you how to live drinking game.
Oh
Every
no.
time we get off topic, take a shot.
No.
Every time you feel like taking a shot, take a shot. Every time you take a shot, take another shot. Anyway, if I'm done being like pretty stupid, which there's a low likelihood of that. Um, so what do you think of like Barney? What Barney was up to? This is more classic Barney.
Mm,
In the first episode, but this is more classic. He's acting like he's helping Ted, but really he just wants to get laid.
I see. Yeah. It was pretty good. He's funny.
Yeah, that's the
His
thing.
his
Is for a
whole
while he. Go
his
ahead.
whole Ted thing that I think I'm in love with you. Like, ooh, get him.
That was yeah. It's a good burn. They get some good burns on Ted. The issue being that after a while you.
After a while, what?
It's kind of like me. You know how like sometimes people get really good digs in on me,
Yeah.
and then, it's just always when I'm feeling like shit
Oh.
or something. There's some rough ones. You'll see. They'll all see.
Oh.
I gotta stop saying that. That's too like threatening. Anyway.
I sure
What
hope
was I
Ted
saying?
finds someone who's right for him.
Well, as you said, he reproduces.
Yeah.
So,
Now that him and Robin are just buddies.
for now.
Oh.
Yeah. You'll see. They'll all see.
Okay. They'll find
On
out
how
next
on
time.
Teach You How to Live, a new hit podcast where I'm frightening, apparently.
Yeah.
The new hit podcast where I get the cops on me for things. God, I hope not. Don't call the cops on me if you're watching this. It wouldn't be very funny of you.
Agreed.
I'm not going back to prison.
Agreed.
Yeah, me and Stevie, we were in Argentinian prison together.
It's all true.
Everyone take a shot. Everyone take a shot. We got off topic. So, and then like Ted. Ted had some good moments in this one.
Yeah.
Thoughts on Robin?
Cool.
So no.
Man, I don't have thoughts on like anything.
Yeah. So anyway, let's get into the finer. Was there anything you did?
Anything I didn't like?
Yeah.
Nothing comes to mind.
Okay. That's interesting.
Did you have
Not
things
a
you didn't
single
like?
thing that you like. You can't think of anything that you were.
I don't know.
You
Lily
were
was
like, hey
too
guys.
horny.
I don't know. But was that a serious thing that you're saying, or are you just joking?
It's sort of in between.
That's fair. It does. The early seasons, or the early part of the show, it gets better with time. A lot of these things, like Barney being like a massive womanizer, they kind of fall to the wayside later in the
Mm.
show because they start, to develop as characters. And it's really nice when you get these moments where you have like Barney, who, is a massive womanizer when he starts to get into like relationships and stuff.
Oh.
Um, and so there is development. It's just not here. If you're looking for good characters, you're gonna be waiting a few seasons.
Okay.
Except for Ted. Ted's good from the rip, and I will not hear a single fucking word against that.
True. Did you ever say the thing you were meant to say about the romance as a game?
No, jeez, I'm not there yet.
Sorry. You said remind you to talk
Hey,
about it.
chill, lady.
You didn't tell me
Jeez.
when.
Can you just once be cool? You don't get that reference yet. God damn it.
Well, it's the second podcast episode in which you've said that to me, so
Can you just once be cool?
what season is
There is
that?
no Barney. Wait, no Barney. No Barney.
What?
You don't get that reference yet, but you
I
will.
know.
Oh boy, they are playing and having fun. Kills them all. Kills them all.
Demons and Doom.
Yeah, I'm
Yes,
at the demon playground
slay
with a
that
shotgun.
Doom.
So, yeah, let's talk about romance as like a game. This show, there's a lot of concepts and theories and shit that you're gonna all of, or like the whole game, and some of them fall by the wayside pretty quickly. To be completely honest, I don't know if Ted thinking that loves the game ever comes back.
Oh,
But he refers to it as the game, and you just have to keep playing until you win, right? And that is a philosophy that I kind of follow in some cases. Like, not in the idea of like you're gonna win romance. There's always gonna be something, Like there's always gonna be something that leads you to have doubts, or maybe I've just been in some not so good relationships. You know me. I'm not so lucky with love myself.
yeah.
Much like our protagonist, Ted Mosby. I don't know why I said it like that, but we're gonna move on and forget I said it like that. But yeah. So he it kind of shows Ted at this point in the show is still determined. He knows that one day he's gonna find someone. He knows that he's telling himself, I just have to get there. I just have to keep on keeping on, and eventually will get to the point of finding someone. You just have to play the game. But then he has this realization, aided by the little told about a giraffe. Get the fuck out of the goddamn claw machine, you dumbass. Sorry, I have beef with that kid. But he has this moment of like, sometimes you can't play the game, you know? And that is a very big part of his arc as we continue, is that he's gonna stop being the goody two shoes who's gonna do it right and find someone, and he starts becoming someone who climbs into the claw machine.
Hmm.
And this is just an interesting uh, starting point to a much later concept.
Interesting.
As bad things happen to Ted, you will see he's more and more inclined to, climb into the claw machine. But yeah, we're seeing someone that is very much, maybe not. He's a hopeful romance. He knows that it's gonna happen. He just has to get there, right?
Yeah.
So you'll see. They'll all see. Don't come to school tomorrow.
Blue.
I'm allowed to make that
Bad
joke
joke.
because I want to. I'm allowed to make that joke because I really want to.
Oh well, if they really want to.
Yeah. How long have we been recording for?
44 minutes.
Damn.
Yeah.
We kind of got to fill this space. Any last thoughts? Any more thoughts? Quick, Stevie, think. We gotta fill
Oh,
like
shit.
5 to 10 more minutes.
We do?
Yeah,
I don't know why each
preferably. It
episode has to be like an hour.
doesn't have to be. I would prefer it to have some consistency. I've got my ADHD shit going on.
Yeah.
My counts have to be proper. Or else. It's like I always say, Stevie. Do it or else.
Yeah.
I do say that. That's my classic catchphrase. My classic catchphrase, I don't remember asking for your opinion, just do what I say.
Yeah.
That one's more of a joke. But anyway, I don't know. Do you have any more? I mean, surely there's something that you could say.
uh, well, we didn't even like explain the crane game thing. Like that's a reference to.
Oh, by the way, for anyone that's, by the way, I would recommend watching this show.
When
For anyone wondering what the claw machine is, go back 30 minutes and watch How I Met Your Mother episode or season 1, episode 2, and then come back and finish this episode.
it was a
Like, watch it
Robin
all
was doing
again.
a little news thing on.
Yeah, because she's a reporter.
She's specifically a reporter for things that shouldn't really be news, like the little feel-good
The
stories at the
fluff
end.
pieces.
Yeah.
Like a kid gets stuck in. No, it's fluff pieces. It's considered. It's called.
Oh.
In the biz, it's called fluff, Stevie.
Okay.
Because it's not always feel good. Kid stuck in a claw machine isn't as
I see.
cute as like puppy
But
dog
he got out.
eats a delicious ice cream cone.
He
That's a
got
news
out,
story. That's
and
the
he
news I
got to
want to
keep
see.
all the
God damn it.
toys because he
Because
peed
he
on
pissed on him.
them.
And you know what? That's a happy ending for us all. So anyway, the moral of the story.
Moral of the story:
Yeah,
don't climb into claw machines because you may get toys, but they'll also be pee-pee toys.
and nobody wants PP toys except for Stevie.
No.
I thought you liked item label.
Different. That's different.
It's PP. Is it or is it not called PP?
We need not bring up pee-pee.
No, I already brought it up.
If the audience doesn't understand meow meow coded, they're not gonna understand item label.
I don't understand item label.
Exactly.
Okay, explain PP.
Oh
Stevie,
god,
tell them about your PP.
it's just like a weird little critter. Its name is Peepy, spelled like Peepy, you know? Like no relation to pee or penises. It's just sort of called that. And that's part of the joke of it. The item label just has these weird little critters with weird little names.
They also have wee wee.
Yeah, it's spelled like OUI. That's the
Which is
baby
worse. That
Peepy.
makes it friends. What? I thought it was a
Yeah,
different guy.
no, they're the baby Peepies.
They
And
can reproduce?
I don't know, but like
How
if
do they have sex?
I don't know, but if a wee like has a stunted development, it doesn't turn into a peepee, but a pee-wee. And those have all sorts of strange things going on about them. You told me to talk about this. We're at 50 minutes.
Uh, I'm just,
That's a lie. We're at 49. I like
I'm a little
rounding.
bit, Jesus Christ. Anyway, so Stevie loves PP. That's true. Don't take anything else from this episode. The moral of today's podcast is that Stevie loves PP.
Okay.
Do you or do you not love PP though?
I do. It's true.
What the fuck? Why would you admit that on the
Oh my
podcast, Stevie?
god.
See, that's a little strange.
What a little scamp you are.
I'm gonna shoot people with a gun,
Oh, okay.
with missiles. Give me health, bitch.
Okay. Here you go.
Well, I have to kill people for health,
Uh-oh.
so I wouldn't volunteer, Stevie.
Okay.
Anyway, so that has been I'm gonna teach you how to. You. I've decided there has to be a moral to every episode. What did you?
Oh, don't try to make something work that doesn't work. Like trying to go for Robin, even though her desires are not compatible with Ted's.
Well, I wasn't going to, but okay. Are you trying to go for Robin,
No?
the fictional character Robin Scherbatsky, played by the fucking phenomenal Colby Smulders, by the way? She is a
I'm also not
Avenger.
Ted. I'm just talking about the moral of the story.
You're kind of like Ted.
No.
You're a little bit like Ted. You're like Ted because I make fun of you,
Oh,
and
okay.
you like Peepy toys.
I don't think he does like Peepy toys.
But he likes Robin, and in the metaphor, he's the Peepy because he went into the claw machine, and he kept her because they're friends now.
Yeah, alright.
So, Peepy toy.
I guess you're right.
So we learned that Stevie loves piss
I was wondering just
or
how
something.
long we could be silent for. As like a little homage to the beginning of the episode.
Well, if you would tell me when we're about to start recording. Anyway, that's going to be today's episode. Thank you so much for watching. Give us your comments. Tell us down below. Or else. I can't actually threaten anything, but I can say or else very loudly.
It's true. Don't test them.
So yeah, tune in next time when we find out what other weird shit Stevie is into.
Okay.
Just kidding. Maybe. Okay, end the recording.
Alright.
Bye, everyone. Oh, wait, Stevie, where can they find you?
What? Oh, at funky.s on YouTube.
He will be in the below, and he streams sometime. We might, if I can convince him, we might be doing a D&D campaign on his channel. If I can convince him to do it, no promises though.
No thanks.
So good. Well, you didn't want to do this podcast originally. All I got to do is get in that vending machine, and then you're. That's what we learned today. I thought. I don't know. I'm not paying attention. I don't watch. I don't listen to podcasts, dude.
Okay.
End the recording. Thank you everyone for listening.
Bye, chat.
On the I'm gonna try to Stevie, suit up.
Okay.